Hello, and welcome to the Smalls Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany, joined by my husband and co-host,
Brandon.
And we are the Smalls.
Join us each week for a small talk about marriage, fitness, family, and life.
Yes, but we're going to get started. First of all, how you all are doing? I hope you all are well.
Yes.
We're going to get started with the Smalls world. I want to let Brandon get started. I don't know if you have anything.
No, I was going to let you get started because mine is going to go right into the topic.
Yours will go into the topic?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the Smalls world, I don't know. Just trying to figure out for me, dealing with the girls. My girls have different personalities, of course, Taylor and Brandy. Just trying to figure out how to deal with them. Kids say the dirtiest things. Doesn't matter. Brandy has a personality of her own, so she'll just say things. Taylor is the type of child that would say things on the sly. So just figuring out
very funny.
Just figuring out how to deal with them, how to manage them, how to love them, how to have more patience with them. And that's something that I'm working on. Just getting a little bit more patience with the girls. But that's my Smalls world. I don't have too much. That's what's going on.
Well, it's been a while since we talked to y'all. Of course, you see I got my Gamecock shirt on. I believe last time we talked, the Lady Gamecocks were still in the NCAA tournament. Of course, they have won. We're the champions.
Yes.
Once again. So we had that going on. But the biggest thing that we had going on this month, we actually celebrated 12 years of marriage.
We did.
So
woohoo,
we're super excited about that. 12 years, 112 more to go. I told Tiffany 112. I told Tiffany I'm gonna be chasing her around I don't plan on getting old, and I'm almost 40, and as y'all can see, I don't have any gray. So if I do get any gray, I'm gonna be chasing her around till I'm old and gray.
Maybe you said with no teeth in your mouth.
Yeah, no gumming. But so that actually leads us into our topic for today. Our topic is actually going to be 12 lessons that we learned in 12 years of marriage. Now, there were plenty more lessons that we learned, trust me. We could give you probably 112 different lessons if we really sat down and thought about it. But we just have 12 lessons that we want to share with you guys. Hopefully, if you are in a relationship, or if you are married or plan to get married, these are some things that can help you along your way.
True.
You ready?
Ready.
Number 1, embrace the unexpected. What I mean by that, in life, things are going to happen. I don't care how much you plan. Definitely plan. Plan for tomorrow, plan for the future, things of that nature. But just note that in doing that, the unexpected is going to happen. Loved one's going to die. Job can end. Whatever you let your mind run free. Whatever can happen normally does happen. As much as you try to plan for it. So just make sure that you are, expect the unexpected. Don't get so uptight and, oh my God, this happened and I can't believe it. Learn to deal with it.
Well, like Brandon said, expect the unexpected. I am a planner. I think I'm the planner out of both of us.
Mm-hmm.
When we plan trips, when we plan our day, planning our week, I am learning. I don't know if I fully have it yet. I am learning to go with the flow. Like Brandon said, things do happen. Mm-hmm. And the thing I had to learn, like my best friend always tell me, a lot of things you have no control over.
Right.
And I had to learn that, in our life and anything that we do, God has full control, right? So like he said, loved ones are going to die. Your plans are going to change. Kids are going to get sick. You're going to get sick. There's things in general that you can't plan for, that you just have to go with the flow. Right. So like he's saying, just expect the unexpected in all that you do, no matter in every areas of your life, expect that. So it's a good one.
Number 2, embrace your partner's strengths. In any relationship, just as people, we all have strengths and weaknesses.
True. And
in a relationship, especially, you find those areas of strengths and weaknesses can help to complement each other. If one person is a good cook, the other person may be a good cleaner. So I'm the better cook. She's the best cleaner. So if you're the better cook,
both.
if you're the better cook,
Both.
and you're the better cleaner, then
Who
you know
cook more?
it doesn't matter who cooks more; it's who cooks the best.
So you think you really do cook better than me?
I really do think I
Oh,
cook
wow.
better than you.
Oh, he can't.
But anyway,
We'll have this argument later.
That's another
That's
topic
another show,
for another
but
day.
he really
so
can't.
we'll
I don't know why he just won't let this go.
We'll settle
he
that
wash
later.
clothes better than me, but go ahead.
I definitely do that. But, you know, in big things and little things, learn to embrace your partner's strengths because it may be something that makes your relationship better. For instance, Tiffany is a planner as well as Tiffany is better with money. So instead of me being, and it took me years to learn this, instead of me being all macho and I got to handle everything myself, turn some of that leadership over to Tiffany. Not saying that I can't do things, but, you know, when coming to make big decisions, big purchases, let Tiffany take the lead. Okay, this is what I want to do. Tiffany, okay, let's come up with the plan. Okay, we need to put away this much money. Or she could just tell me, give me this much money out of your check. And then next thing you know, we've gotten to that goal. Or, you know, going on a trip, you know, I'm one of those, I just wake up and what we're going to do today, I'm going to wake up and say, hey, let's go do this. Whereas Tiffany be like, okay, on this day, we're going to do this, and this day, we're going to do that. And it makes the trip run smoothly. And then we can execute things and do things a little bit more better, do things a little bit more efficiently.
Well, I had to learn, like Brandon say, know your partner's strength, like with homework. Like my oldest daughter feeds better and learns better with Brandon. I think our attitude kind of clashes a little bit. He's more patient with her, something I'm learning. And so I let him help her with his homework. Now I can help the baby girl because our kids are so different. And Brandy, like me and Brandy had this conversation the other day, Brandy doesn't mind getting things wrong, right? So she'll be like, okay, and she'll erase it. Taylor hates getting things wrong. So Brandon deals better with her math, her science, and I deal with the little one. And she'll come, Mommy, can you help me with this? And when she, like today she came home, she was just on it. Her homework is done for the whole week.
Right. And,
yeah.
And that's one thing I learned about Brandy. I think Brandy is an overachiever. Similar to you, where if they have work, let me go ahead and just get all of it done. Whereas myself, Taylor, we're a little bit more laid back. I remember Taylor, because Brandy is in kindergarten, Taylor had homework similar to Brandy, where they gave all your homework on Monday that wasn't due until Friday. Taylor was,
do a sheet a day.
this is what you want me to do today. I'm doing that today, and then I'm gonna go play. I'm gonna do this on Tuesday. I'm gonna go play. She would hate like if we had something to do and we tell Taylor, okay, Taylor, we're not gonna have time after we pick you up from daycare to do your homework today, or do your homework on Wednesday, for instance. So either Monday or Tuesday, you need to double up. So that way Wednesday you'll be okay. So on Thursday, all you got to do is Thursdays, or else you're gonna have to do 2 on Thursday.
She hated that.
And she hated that. Why I gotta do 2? I don't want to do 2. It's like, Taylor, you have to do this in order to stay on track, so that you know you're not trying to catch up on Thursday, and then you're really not going to do it Thursday.
But Brandy is a child that get home on Monday. She said in the car, she said, picked her up. She said, I'm gonna get home today. I'm gonna do my homework. I'm gonna eat a snack. And I'm going to work on these bags. I said, okay. Brandy got home. She ate a snack. She did her homework. She ate again. And then she said, okay, now I can work on these bags. Taylor trying to work on the bags. I'm like,
Taylor, go
are you done with your homework?
Go do your homework, Brandy.
Brandy was done. Brandy did like 5 sheets. Boom, boom, boom. I'm done.
And this is every week. This isn't a one-time thing. Like every week, she gets her homework on Monday. All her homework is done on Monday. And she's chilling the rest of the week.
And it's done correctly, too. It's like she's going to make sure it's done right. She ain't just gonna turn anything. But yep. So that's our kids, huh?
Yeah, definitely our kids. The overachiever and the procrastinator.
Yeah.
Number 3, make time for one another.
We make time for you?
We normally make time for each other.
Well, the thing say, you love me? You love me? I'm playing, go ahead.
So essentially what I mean there is, go on date nights. Okay. Do things with one another. Life gets busy, especially, when you're adding kids to the mix, when you're adding, jobs and responsibilities, parents getting older, and you're looking after them in whatever capacity it is.
Sure.
They may not be, somebody that needs around the clock care, but just as parents get older, you want to go and see them more and make sure they're doing okay. Look at them in the face, fuss at them.
Don't point at me.
But in all that, you need to set aside time for each other, because at the end of the day, statistically speaking, our parents are going to pass before we do. So we're going to be here after our parents are gone. We're going to be here after our kids move out of the house. Yeah, hopefully. We're going to be here after our kids move out the house. So if we're not spending time with one another now, by the time we get to that point where we have all this time, we're not going to know each other. We're going to be like, hey, who's this person here? Why I got to look at her in the face all day long, every day?
All day.
All day.
But Brandon's right. You have to understand, a date don't have to be expensive.
No.
You can go to the park.
Yeah.
You can, of course, go out to eat somewhere if you could. Ice cream shop. Lunch. You have a lunch date. It doesn't have to be dinner. You can do a lunch date, do a breakfast date. It's whatever you choose to do. My thing is, as long as time is being spent, that's what you're looking for. Time is being spent, and you're just learning something new about your partner. So
and not even spending money. You could send the kids off to their grandparents' house, and then y'all two just sit at home and watch TV together.
Remember we used to give the kids, I think Shaniqua took the kids. She was like, what y'all did? We was like, sleep. She was like, what? Sleep, child. We were so tired.
So
I was so tired with them kids, girl. We just went to sleep.
We dropped them off and we took a nap. And then laid in the bed and watched TV.
We gonna do better.
But, I mean, that's what we needed at that time, though.
That's true.
That's what we needed. So,
that's true.
It worked. Number 4, fight fair.
I'm fighting dirt. I'm throwing blows. I'm cutting. I'm doing blows like I'm playing.
We're not trying to cut people. We're not trying to talk bad about them or
what you get in football when you go low?
Cut block. No, we
cut block.
We ain't doing that either. And what I mean by fight fair is you're going to have disagreements. You're going to have arguments. Number one, you shouldn't be like physically fighting. Don't do that at all. But the name calling. The name calling, try to avoid the name calling. Stick to the topic.
Okay.
If you guys are fighting about dishes left in the sink, talk about the dishes left in the sink, not why I had to pick up your dirty drawers and bringing up all this stuff from 5 years ago.
You remember last week?
Yeah, you remember last time when you did? No. If you didn't address it last week when I did it, don't address it now.
I'm addressing last week and this week.
Addressing it last week is fine. I don't mind that.
And this week. I'm going to bring it back up.
Don't bring it back up unless I did it again. If I did it again, then yeah, you got to bring it back up.
Not really. You're not supposed to do that. But that's like, I feel in a relationship that if you have forgiven someone for something,
right,
I think you should just let it go. And I know some people say that's very hard to do. I mean, you not forget about it, but I mean, like, let it go. Because I can't say, well, Brandon, I remember a year ago when you did this. Well, Tiffany, you still hold on to that. You haven't fully let it go. Because if it still bothers you, you're still holding on to it. And I had to learn that too. And just a level of respect. If it still bothers you that bad, you haven't let it go. So you haven't moved on from it. Right. So you have to be able to talk about it, forgive a person, and let it go. I'm not saying forget it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you're always going to remember somebody hurt you or did you wrong or whatever they did, and it aggravates your nerves. But you have to forgive a person and just let it go and move on so you can get that relationship to another point in life. Like, things change. So,
right.
Yeah.
What's the next one? For a second. I'm thirsty. Number 5, find hobbies you both enjoy. Find things, and this kind of goes back to make time for one another, but find things that both of you guys can do together.
You like Lifetime? I'm playing. I don't really watch Lifetime. I watch Hallmark.
Either, you can do it as a family, you and your children, or just the two of you, find something that you both enjoy. I know one thing, pandemic kind of shut it down, but me and Tiffany like some of the same movies. So, we go to the movies together. Christmas time really is the only time that I will watch Hallmark, so I can watch the Christmas movies. I watch the Christmas movies with Tiffany. We work out together. we don't cook as much together anymore because our kitchen's small, and she be in my way, y'all. She be in my
I
way.
do not. You need to learn how. He need to learn how to maneuver around. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see later on. But our kitchen ain't that small. We did it before.
We did it before, but
And then you should have more room to cut up stuff. You know.
Yeah. So
He just don't want to cook for me. It's
we're,
right.
we're gonna learn how to cook together again. Right now, like every time I turn around, she in my way, and I be feeling like I'm gonna knock her over. That's what it was. I was about 185 pounds back then when we used to cook together a lot.
That don't mean nothing.
Now your boy solid 215. That's 30 pounds. You know, I went from a defensive back to a linebacker.
Okay. Line back yourself on in that kitchen and cook. That's what it is. Line back yourself on in there and cook, right?
Find hobbies that you both enjoy and do those things together, you know.
It makes life easier. It makes life, I mean, I think during those times, I'm going back to this is very important. It helps you spend time together, but then you learn more about your partner. So I think it's cool. I mean, I like going to the movies with Brandon. I like sometimes just sitting home. Like today, of course, we went for a walk today together. We normally go for a walk. And it's refreshing. Just go for a walk and we just talk about stuff and, you know, what's going on with our life, other things. And it's just a good thing just to get to know that person again, even though we've been together for over, 15 years maybe?
Yeah.
Over 15 years, been married 12. So it's a good feeling. I enjoy it. I enjoy spending time with him. Now, I know sometimes, like Tabitha Brown say, Lord, I thank you. I know sometimes we get on each other's nerves.
She tell, I don't get on. She gets on my nerves. But
I know that. And I probably get on his nerves, but it's all good. I just say, you love me? Go ahead.
Number 6.
Oh, God.
Y'all listen to me very carefully. Y'all listening? Keep your family first.
Yours.
What do I mean by that? You, your spouse, your children, they come first. Not mom and daddy, not brother and sister, not auntie, not cousin, not best friend.
Now, God trumps all.
Yeah, God trumps all. But
now, my thing is, I told Brandon, it's God, it's him, it's the kids. Everybody's like, your husband coming for your kids? Well, without God, I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have my husband. Without my husband, I wouldn't have my kids.
Right.
And when my kids move out, it's gonna be me and my husband, right? So at the end of the day, my husband comes before my kids. I love my kids. A lot of people always say this right here gets me. I'll die for my kids, but why not live for them, right? At the end of the day, I want to live for my kids and show my kids what legacy looks like, what we're doing for them, what generation looks like. But at the end of the day, my family comes first. My mom has always told me that as well. She was like, your husband comes first. I love my mom and dad, everything that's in me. But at the end of the day, I have to look out for my household. Now, my parents need something that's different. My siblings may need me, that's different. But my husband and my kids come first.
But still, even with, your siblings and your parents needing something, that doesn't trump, if you're down to your last $20
That's true.
And, your kids or your spouse needs something and your parents need something. Well, mom and dad, sorry, but I need this $20 for this that I have going on with at home. You want to take care of your extended family. But, if that interferes with your immediate family, the people who live in your household, the people that you physically raised, then no. I'm going to look out for them first.
That reminds me what we talked about in our walk about the strawberry letter. But
oh, yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're right. I mean, that comes first. And you have to understand, like, so for some of y'all, you call it boy moms or whatever, like the, what you call them? Mama's boys. I couldn't get the words out. Y'all help me. Mama's boys and y'all, your mama, look out for my mama. Yeah, but your wife come first. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're not going to disrespect your mom, but your wife come first.
Right.
And the same for the girls. I'm a daddy's girl. But at the end of the day, my husband come first. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we all we got, right? And that's how I look at it. The Bible says, we come together as one. At the end of the day, we won. So I'm going to look out for him as well. But that makes a whole lot of sense. A lot of people don't do that anymore. Or a lot of people sneak behind their significant other back and do this for your mom or your dad. And you find out like, Right. And that's one thing we have learned as well is that if somebody needs something, and this may sound strange to some people in their household, people say, my mama needed them to give it to her. And I get it. But me and Brandon would have those conversations. Do you mind if I take this money out? Because I'm not taking money only away from me. I'm taking it from my whole entire family, right?
Right.
So do you mind if I give this money? Or do you mind if this person want to borrow this money? It could be a sister or brother. Do you mind if this person get this money? Right. At the end of the day, we're a team, because I don't want him taking money and giving it to somebody else. And I'm like, you ain't even asked me.
And not only that, but you expecting that money to be there.
Yeah.
And then months later, you're going to look at the account because you're expecting, so much money in there. And you look at it and it's like, whoa.
We should have $10,000. Why we got $9,500 in here?
Yeah, something off. Why this ain't in here? And now y'all looking at each other. Well, Daddy had need. Well, that's fine that Daddy had need that, but at least you can tell me.
True.
So I'm not sitting here thinking that it's supposed to be $10,000 in the account and it's $9,500. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's a lot, especially using those numbers. But still, if you're expecting $10,000, because it could have been an instance where, we're just going to use Tiffany for example. Tiffany let somebody have $500. It could have been an instance where I could have made up the slack and put extra money in there to get it back to the $10,000, because I'm expecting, okay, we're going to go and put $10,000 on a car or whatever. And then we don't have it. And I'm like, I mean, $9,500 to school, but $10,000 just sounds better. So I could have been putting money in there periodically until we got back to the $10,000 instead of doing other things with it.
True.
Number 7, think win-win. And I know a lot of times they say in marriage is about compromise. But to me, in compromise, that means one or both persons have to lose something, give up something. But if you think win-win, it's more, okay, how can we make this situation benefit both of us instead of one of us losing something? Now there's some things that, you're gonna, if I'm used to going to my parents for every holiday and Tiffany's used to going to her parents for every holiday, obviously we can't make that work. And we would drive ourselves crazy if we start out half the day at one person's house and then spend the drive.
We've done that before.
We've done it, but
it's
not every holiday.
It's tiresome.
Where we do, Mother's Day, Father's Day.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, it would grow tiresome. So thinking win-win, how can both of us gain something out of this situation?
I taught him well, y'all. I took this class called 7 Habits of Effective People, and that's one of the habits, win-win, right? Like he said, the one thing I learned, it's an old couple in the Guinness Book of Records or whatever, and it said, you can bend but don't break, right? So you can compromise, but don't give all yourself, right? But at the end of the day, thinking about that compliment or that comment, it was just to a point, like Brandon said, somebody's giving up something. So whether it's somebody, and that person may not be happy at that point in time, unless y'all truly have to understand it. But if we get in our mindset, we're going to win-win. Like he said, nobody lose. So nobody loses. We're in this win-win type. Whatever we're doing together, we're winning, right? He's not lacking for something. I'm not lacking for something. So at the end of the day, the class was awesome. I taught him something.
Actually, I think that might be, because Affleck got some habits too, and I think that might have been. I'm going to look it up.
Now, Round Top had the 7 habits.
Round Top does have that, but Affleck has something as well. I'm going to look it up, and I'm not going to report back. I'm just going to tell her.
They don't have that, y'all. I told him that. I taught him that.
I'm gonna find it.
Okay. Don't forget to win-win. See, we not trying. He not trying to win right now. He could have let me have that one, and we could have just moved forward.
No, I'm going to find it. I think we have something.
We don't need
about
to find
that.
it. We don't need to find it. We just let it go on by, fly on by the wayside.
It applies to my current place of employment.
You don't read that stuff.
I really don't. Number 8. And it actually kind of ties back into think win-win. Number 8, make your own traditions. Just because. So there's a story where this lady makes, this little girl or lady, she's now a lady, she makes pot roast.
Okay.
And she calls her mom and asks her mom, how do you make pot roast? Her mom was like, you cut the pot roast. You know, she told her how to season it or whatever. And she said, you cut your pot roast in half, you put it in the pan, and you bake it. Daughter's confused, like, why do I cut it in half? I don't know. That's how my mama taught me. So they called the grandmother. They asked the grandmother, grandma, making a pot roast, why do you cut the pot roast in half? I don't know. That's the way my mama taught me. So just so happened that the great grandma was still alive. Asked the great grandma, making a pot roast, what's the reason for cutting the pot roast in half? Mama told me, cut the pot roast in half. She said, grandma told her, cut the pot roast in half. Why am I cutting the pot roast in half? What is it doing? And great grandma said, well, it really does nothing. Back when I was cooking, I didn't have anything, the oven wasn't big enough to hold the whole pot roast. So I had to cut it in half. And so when my daughter, your grandmother, learned how to cook pot roast, she had to cut it in half because she was learning on my oven. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes we have these traditions that's passed down throughout generations that don't hold the same thing, that don't hold the same value as what we currently have,
And there's really no reason, like you said, there's really no reason behind it.
Right.
It was just, back in the day it made sense, but now it's like.
But now it doesn't make sense. And so bring us forward, a lot of times for holidays, for instance, we go out of town, we go to different people's houses. And one thing that we did this past Christmas season is we went down to Florida a few days before Christmas. Yeah, we had family here in Columbia that came in town, but we had a ball down in Florida. And it's like, why are we stuck in the same traditions for holidays?
True.
Let's do our own thing,
And Taylor said that. She said, I think I want to do this every year. And my thing is, you want to set legacy and stuff for your kids and do things differently. And so I don't mind, like I said, Thanksgiving, I used to rotate. So Thanksgiving, our routine was one Thanksgiving, my family, my mom and dad, my family down there. One Thanksgiving, we'll go to Charleston. One Thanksgiving, we'll be in Georgetown. And then we rotate, right? Christmas was more so, who was in Columbia, but it was either Brandon's aunt's house or his brother's house. So this year, we did Thanksgiving here. Because my mom was like, well, and my sister was getting a new stove put in her house.
Right.
And then my mom was getting a hot water heater updated or something. Right. And so I was like, well, why don't y'all just come here, right? So my parents came here. We had a ball. It was like 8 of us, 10 of us. We had a good time, just us. I invited the rest of my siblings since my parents were just coming. It wasn't nothing big, like a whole family gathering. It was just my siblings, my mom, my dad. His family wasn't here either. And we had a good time. Right. Because I didn't go over to my sister-in-law and brother-in-law house because they were having their own thing. So I was like, well, we're going to have our own thing here. And then for Christmas, I wasn't going nowhere for Christmas either. Because I said, Christmas is too much. You got to take presents or you got to open up presents here. Then you get over there to their house. The kids do open up presents there, but they don't have their presents from here. It's just a lot, right? So I told Brandon, I just want to set my own traditions. Not saying I don't want to go to people's houses, but I want to be to the point where my kids feel comfortable being at home sometimes. Right. Like just sometimes, you're in the presence of your own home. We can be in our pajamas all day. We can do whatever, but this is your tradition and you set it the way you want to. It does. No traditions have to be the same and it doesn't have to carry on for 30, 40, 50 years. You don't even have to cook the same thing. Right. You get, to me, Brandon, you get tired of ham and turkey and greens. That's me. Everybody might say something on the podcast, but that's just me. You may want to have crab legs for Christmas. You might want to do an Italian dinner. You might want to do steak and potatoes. It's up to you what you want to set. But, we so wrapped up in traditions, but the small's going to do their own thing.
Yeah. So, I told Tiffany, I had so much fun last year at Thanksgiving, having dinner here. I know her mom was relieved because she didn't have to cook nothing. Me and Tiffany cooked everything. Yeah. So I was like, hey, we can make this an every year thing. Invite your parents, invite all your siblings. Now, all of them might not come. Yeah. But we can at least extend that invite. True. And have them come here for Thanksgiving. True. And just do that.
Yeah. That's true.
Number 9. Again, I want y'all come closer, a little closer. Number 9, have sex.
Don't do it. Second place.
Point blank, period. Have sex. Have as much of it as you want to.
God.
It's never going to be too much.
It's never going to be too much.
I don't think that needs any more explaining.
Nah, it's never going to be too much. You know.
Now, there's always too little. Now, I mean, and of course, too much if it's affecting, you're not getting to work on time or you're not going to work at all.
Because you want to get booty, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. You need your coins. But when y'all had some free time, just go do it.
How that girl sing, you ain't gonna have no job. Was that song she was singing?
You about to lose your job.
Don't lose your job.
You about to lose your job.
Don't do it. It ain't worth it.
Nah,
that ain't worth it.
Don't go lose your job. But if you got some free time, you ain't got nothing to do, go do it. You ain't even got to get all the way naked. Just go do it.
You just fresh and more people.
Just go do it.
Lord help him. Just go. Y'all heard Brandon. He said, just go do it.
Just go do it. Number 10, embrace change. There's a saying that says the only thing that's constant in life is change. And throughout the years, as long as you stay married, your partner is going to be changing all the time. They're going to be different. From the time you started dating, they're going to be evolved to a different person when you get married. They're going to evolve to a different person if when you have kids, if you choose to have children. They're going to evolve to a different person when their parents die.
Grandkids.
They're going to evolve to a different person when their kids get out the house.
Yeah.
When they have grandkids. Your partner is going to be constantly evolving. So embrace that.
But you don't want a person, I wouldn't say, and I want to be wrong, I wouldn't want the person to be the same from when I met you, like 2005. That means you haven't changed at all. You haven't grown as a man.
Right.
You haven't grown at all. So what we doing, right? So at the end of the day, you have to learn that. I had to learn that we don't grow the same way. We don't grow the same times. God may have called him to do something. Somebody asking me, well, are you going to do this? I'm like, well, God ain't called me yet, End of the day. So just because Brandon is doing something doesn't mean I have to do it. He's in the choir. I don't have to be in the choir. I'm an usher, right? So we grow at different times and at different levels, but you have to embrace it and accept it for the relationship to continue to grow. Because if you're at the same state as you were before, that ain't going to work. Because I'm pretty sure when you were that young, we both had our little issues. But if you're that young and now you're like 40, almost 40, and I'm almost 42, and we're the same from back in the day, that ain't gonna work.
And if you're not growing and evolving, to me, you're regressing.
True.
You should be striving to become a better person, a changed person. I'm not going to do the same things that I did at 25. And then there's some things that I can't do.
True.
From when I was 25. And I'm not even going to attempt to go and do some of those things. Some of it was just being young and dumb, and some of it was just my body was different at 25.
Yeah. I hit 40. You get I'm still young now. I'm still young, but Lord.
I mean, I'm still in relatively good shape, especially for somebody my age.
You tell me, Tiffany, we somebody aunts and uncles?
Yeah, we aunties and uncles now. We ain't the kids no more.
I be here doing my dance, y'all.
I be telling Tiffany stop doing all them TikTok dances. We as aunties and uncles now.
I'm gonna get him on TikTok too. We're gonna do a dance.
I'm not getting on TikTok.
Hey, baby.
I'm not getting on TikTok. You can
get on TikTok.
I'm not. Brandon don't tick or talk.
Taylor said, when we gonna do a TikTok video, Mom? I said, yeah, we're gonna do a TikTok video.
No, we not.
We're gonna do a family video.
Sidebar. Let me see. I'm a millennial. So Gen Zers and Gen Alphas, stop finding music that we grew up to and then making up a stupid dance to go with it. Stop it.
Stop it.
Just dance. We're going to go down this path a little bit. I almost want to go to the club with these young kids and see how they actually dance. Do y'all just sit there and do TikTok videos, the little TikTok dances, all the popular songs in the clubs, or do y'all dance with each other? Like, what is going on? Because I don't see y'all like just dancing. Like people in their 30s and 40s, I can put on music and they will just dance. Y'all kids, when I see y'all videos online, it's the same dance. Y'all play a song and everybody do the same dance.
It's called line dances. I'm gonna play.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
You sound a little.
Yeah, stop stealing our music. It was ours first.
You sound a little in the chest.
Yeah, I just had to get that out. Sorry. Yeah, embrace change.
Okay. Brandon.
That's the change that I'm not embracing right there. that is a change that I'm not embracing right
I
there.
was gonna say.
No.
You just said.
Y'all change.
Embrace change.
Y'all change and grow
So-
up. And stop doing these TikTok dances to every single song.
But
And act like it's y'all song. No.
You said embrace change.
No.
Embrace it, my
Sitting
brother.
there, what was the song when they did My Boo a couple years and had the Running Man? That ain't the Running Man. The Running Man is what MC Hammer was doing. That's the Running Man. I don't know what it is that y'all was doing. Now it was something that it was easy to do that I could do, but
What's the little dance I tried to do? Wipe Me Down. What little song they were doing?
yeah, the one they had about a year ago with Lil Boosie, Wipe Me Down, and they had that little
boy dancing.
Cut it out. Cut it out. I used to tell Tiffany, again, we aunties and uncles now.
I'll be home, so I can do whatever I want to do in my own house.
We aunties and uncles now.
But I'm home. I'm not in the street doing that. I'm at home.
We aunties and uncles now.
How about Tamia's song we doing the bus stop the other day in Savannah?
But think about it. That's Tamia. That's not. We're not taking a old song and then trying to create something new to it. No, that is a newer song that a line dance was created off of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to do it. I saw her and Grant Hill do it. I couldn't pick it up on Saturday in Savannah. I kept missing a step. I kept going the wrong way, and I was getting mad. Cause normally I'm pretty good with the bus stop, right? And I was like, why I can't get this one step? And I'm going this way, they going that way. I quit. I just quit. So I'm gonna watch the tutorial and I'm gonna get it. Give me about a week or two, I think. I'm gonna get it. I'm ready.
We're gonna report back to the people that you got it.
They ain't gotta be all my business. Cause I might not get it. And they won't know if I get it. If I get it, I might come back and tell y'all. If I don't know. They ain't gotta be all my business.
Stay tuned in the upcoming weeks.
Cause I be calling Jennifer, how you get this step? You and Tasha, which way I go? They told me watch the tutorial, girl. That's how I got it off YouTube. So I gotta watch the tutorial like everybody else. I'm gonna get it though. I was practicing hard too in Savannah Saturday. I was trying to get it. I said, oh, I got half of it. Then I get to that part, but I said, man, forget it. They got too many crossovers and my mind wasn't together.
You know what?
What?
Like you just told me, embrace change.
My mind.
You're an auntie now. It's time to start acting
They
like
aunties too. My mind
They
just
are.
couldn't get it. I just couldn't
They
wrap
are.
my. I was like, man, I saw Grant Hill doing it. I know Grant Hill drink Sprite. I know I can do it now. No offense, Grant.
Well, you don't drink Sprite.
I do every now and then.
So maybe you need to drink Sprite.
Go ahead, let's go. What's next?
Or wear felines. Maybe I'm gonna buy you some felines. That's what it
want
is.
that.
Forever I love Atlanta. We're gonna buy you some felines. Number 11. Value your alone time.
Who? Thank you.
You know, not saying that you have to have a lot of time alone.
What's the video? I'm gonna worry about me, Lucius. I'm gonna worry about me. I'm
Right.
worry about me.
Right. You need to have time where you can be by yourself. I saw something that said, ladies, allow your man to have a man cave. And it didn't mean man cave in the sense of a room, even though it could be a room. No, it could be a room, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I sent it to you actually.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of them.
One of them stories I saw on Facebook probably. But it was talking about how, men should have a safe space that they can go to and know that they're not going to be interrupted or bothered. And not necessarily a space in a physical spot, but it could be a hobby or activity.
Okay.
Where, if they lift weights, they know that that's their alone time, that's their me time. If they are into playing video games, as long as it's not an all day ordeal. But, just allowing him, and I don't know, I haven't played video games in forever. So I don't know like a timeline of how long that should last or what that should look like. But you guys know, okay, for this amount of time, he's playing video games. I'm going to leave him alone. Or he's in his man cave, physical man cave. I'm going to give him X number of minutes to decompress, get his thoughts and feelings together. So that way, because I know for me, that time used to be my drive home.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really get that.
Well, yeah. But you also will go in your room sometimes.
You go in the room more than go ahead.
And I would try to keep the kids away from you.
It don't work.
It don't work because apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about, even though they would get the same answer when they go in there, but it just sound right when mommy said it.
That's why they're going to put you in the nursing home.
They not. Taylor will not put me in the nursing home. That Brandy probably going to put me in one.
Brandy said, "You're mean."
Brandy call me mean all the time.
Because you don't want to give her huggies.
But then she'll come in and write me a letter. I love my daddy.
She said that when she got the car, she said, "I'm about to go inside. I want to give daddy a hug." Brandy's so sick.
And it's not that I don't want the hugs. It's Brandy will come and hug you when you're trying to work. And
she's a touchy-feely baby.
I know, but I want her to understand that there's a time for that. And that's not...
She get it from her daddy, y'all. Let the Lord use him.
But I'm not just going to sit here and fill up on you in front of the people and talk about, well, I'm a touchy-feely person. No, there's a time for that. Brandy,
value your time.
So value your time,
Now, I don't always get time. I remember making a video. I was in the bathroom, and I said, I was hiding from the kids. I had made a video and put it on Instagram. I said, "This is my me time." And then here go Brandy. Like the day I was in the shower, I make sure I didn't used to lock the door because I had girls, right? And I always get caught up and I'd be mad because I'd be in the shower. And I think my me time was in the shower because I put my music on and I just
have a full-blown concert.
Have a concert for like 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes maybe at the most, have my wind down time. But I started locking the door. Brandon always locked the door, of course, because he don't want to bust it in on him. And I was like, why you always lock the door? He locked both doors, y'all. The room door and the bathroom door. I'm like, dude, just leave the room door open. I need to come in here. Well, the girls, they can't get in the bathroom. But today, they come bamming on the door. I'm like, yes, we're going to bed now. I was like, okay. I was like, good night. I'll come in a minute. Okay. And Brandy, you'll see her little fingers under the door like this right here.
And that's all the time.
Her fingers.
Can you see my hands?
Can you see? I'm like, oh, God. Or her feet. I'm like, Mommy, you see me? Or she'll be on the floor trying to look. And I was like,
I can see your feet.
I'm like, what is it?
I can see your feet.
I'm like,
get out of here.
Get out of here. So.
But no, the reason why I started locking both doors is because, and I'm glad it hadn't happened yet, but I'll come out the bathroom and Brandy is literally sitting right there on the floor. And so, luckily, I have the towel wrapped around me, so, she's not seeing anything. She
peep in the shower window. She asked you to do it. What you doing, Dad?
Yes. Yeah. And so, I'm like, okay, if I just want to walk around, because I can't walk around nowhere in the house naked but the bathroom.
Yeah.
And so, if I just want to walk around freely in my own bedroom, let me lock the bedroom door so they can't get in the bedroom. And then let me lock the bathroom door just in case. They don't know how to. None of y'all really know how to pick locks like that. But, I can then exit the bathroom and be like the old men at the gym and throw the towel over my shoulder and walk around.
And be free.
I
can just be free. We got girls. I can just be free. But I'm just saying, y'all, it's hard to find. It's hard to find time. But I think everybody should have that self-care. Everybody have that self-care, whether it's like getting your nails done, going to get coffee by yourself, riding home for a minute. Because some days I may come home and I drop the kids off from school, and I'll be in the car on the phone, or I'll just be in the car for like 10 minutes. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Some people say it's selfish. It's not selfish. No. It just stimulates your mind, because sometimes you're so caught up in everything you have to do, and that 5-10 minutes can be like, whew.
Right. Because you have to recharge your battery.
You do.
And if you're constantly on E, you're going to blow up on
Or
somebody.
you're giving so much of yourself,
Right.
but not time for your,
Right.
you know.
So
your own self.
you gotta do things to recharge you, refresh you, and get you back going.
Yeah.
So that way, then you can give your best self to everybody else who needs it. So, and it is even more difficult now that we are home for the pandemic. Well,
Yeah, because
we've
you
been home
don't
for
have
2
that.
years.
Like, you take the kids to school in the morning. Of course, you have that time to ride back. But we only live like 7 minutes away from school. It's not like you're riding from downtown. Or even when I was riding from Blue Cross to get Taylor from the school,
Yeah, you had
I had a
good
little
20
bit of
minutes or
time.
so.
I was rushing to get there because the time I got off right in time to get her. But it's like just that time. Like, me and a girlfriend just had lunch on, was that Tuesday? And it was like great. Just to have lunch and sit down and talk with no kids, right? And I think everybody, I encourage Brandy, go out with your friends or whatever. He may not go, but that's on him. Go out with your brother or go fishing with your brother, whatever you want to do, that's on you. I'm not that type of female that's going to always, where you at? Now, if I don't see my husband, he tell me he'll be home at 3 o'clock, and I don't see him at least by 4 or something like that, I might call Brandy and be like, yo, you good? Where you at? But I'm not going to sit there all day and be like, well, he ain't home at 6 o'clock. No, I need to find out where he at now. At least if he say I'm this place, I believe you. If he's not, he's not. But I'm just like, okay, click, I'm good. So just that self-care is what I think everybody needs. Male,
Right.
female, it doesn't matter. Age or gender, doesn't matter.
All right.
What's the last one?
Last but not least, better yourself. And whatever better yourself looks like for you. It may be, going to see a therapist, counselor, talk to a pastor, whoever that person may be. It could be that. Could be better yourself educational wise. You might not be where you want to be in your career.
True.
Go take that class. Go back to school, do whatever, but better yourself, because as you become better, you can become better for other people.
True.
Especially, in counseling. I personally haven't gone to counseling yet, but I've heard, many people benefiting from counseling. When you start dealing with your past traumas and, things that affect you, and also learning kind of what makes you tick, what makes you go, then you can now better serve your family. If okay, when X, Y, and Z is done, it pushes my buttons. Okay, now I can successfully communicate that with my spouse so that they're aware of what's going on, and I can see those triggers coming a mile away. Hey, I see you getting upset about this. Let's go ahead and talk about this now, prior to one of us blowing up. But yeah, number 12, better yourself.
And for me, like, piggyback on what Brandon says, better yourself means it's such a broad topic. Like, that may be starting a business,
Right.
living in faith instead of fear. Whatever you decide to do, as long, like he said, as long as you're better yourself, you can better the people around you, because you never want to be at that point where you're stagnant, right?
Right.
And you always want to surround yourself with people who's doing either what you want to do and better. You don't want to surround yourself with people who's, you get at this age, I'm 41. At this age, I don't want to surround with people who's always gossiping, ain't about making no money, sit around here and talk about people all day long. That's not benefiting me. I want to surround myself with people who's about making money, who's about growing their legacy, who's about moving up in the world, and so we can impact other people around us, and get things moving, as just a culture itself, embracing our legacy and moving forward. But you have to learn how to, better yourself. Don't worry about everybody else around you. And I had to get in that mode, because I look at not TikTok, but I'll look at Instagram, and I'll be like, man, I got to figure out how to, and I had to ask God help me and guide me. Like, where do you want me to go with this? Or where should we go with this, with the podcast? We always have these conversations, and I know some things we got to do better, but I know it takes time. But God, where do we go with this? We're going to let you lead this right here, because we can't do what everybody else is doing, because at the end of the day, I told Brandon when we started, I didn't want to change. I don't mind embracing change, but I don't want to do things that's going to take me out of my character.
Right.
I want to be the same person that you see every day, that you see at work, same person that may be angry some days, may be happy some days. That's just me, right? But I just want to be able to better me so my kids can see that mommy went from here to here. Mommy wasn't stagnant. Daddy wasn't stagnant.
Right.
You know, I've seen my parents grow. So, okay, I know that I can grow, right? So, you know, it's doable.
And it's never too late. You know, a lot of people think you have it all figured out at 25.
You know,
when we were kids, you know, it was always, I can't wait to grow up. Can't wait to move out. I'm gonna get my own house and all this. You know, you have these big lofty goals. And then when you get to that age and you're not there, a lot of people feel deflated. A lot of people feel that, oh, I'm 25. I don't have a house yet.
Yeah.
Well, if you
everybody
get a house,
has dreams though. Everybody has dreams.
yeah, everybody has dreams, and yeah, you want to try to fight to get to those dreams. But if you own a house by 30, is that such a bad accomplishment compared to 25? You know, I want to make $100,000 by the time I'm 30. Well, if you make $100,000 at 31, does that make you a failure? You know, I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 40. Well, if you're a millionaire at 45, is that such a bad accomplishment? Like, everybody gets these rigid goals in their head and think they're a failure if they don't reach it, and not realize that, hey, you know, at 40, while you might not be a millionaire, you might have $500,000.
I think people have to learn,
you know,
how to set achievable goals.
Right.
You know?
But even in that, looking at where you're at, and like, that's really good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, $100,000, if you're making 100, you know, depending on your field of expertise and all that, you get to the point where you're making $100,000, you're doing very, very well for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you're making, you got $500,000 saved. Yeah, it's not $1 million, but $500,000 is a lot of money. You know, you might say, I want to retire at 50. If you retire at 55, is that such a bad, are you a failure because you were 5 years short? No, you're not. Because you still retired way ahead of a lot of people that were at that age.
You still have people out there like 60, 70 years old that still
Right,
have to work.
They still have to work, and they don't have a choice
family
because
don't
they
have a
know
choice.
Social Security isn't going to be enough for them to live off of. And they don't have enough money saved up. So it's like, okay, I got to put in some more years and I can't retire yet. Or I got to get a part-time job on top of my Social Security just so I can live, you know, the way I want to live. So.
I had somebody tell me that, and I was like, well, you going to retire? I've been at a company for like 25, 30 years. Well, no, I can't retire yet because, you know, of course they can't get all this Social Security yet. And then it was like, they just don't have, they got to make some more money, right? And I want to be to that point where you do have other means of income coming in, right? I don't care what it is. It can be something that I can bring in $5,000, $10,000 a month. Something I can start putting up and having other means of income coming in, because it may get to a point where I get to 50, 55. I'll be like, I'm done. May get to a point where 45, I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
And then, you know, even if it's not at that age, even if you get to, you know, regular retiring age, but then you look back at it and it's like, whoa, I can literally live the same. I don't have to downsize. You know, I have with Social Security and what I have saved up and whatever other business ventures I have going on, I can literally live the same. I don't have to downsize. I can travel the way that I want to. I just don't physically have to get up in the morning, punch a clock, give them 40 hours a week, and then get a paycheck at the end of it. I can now have that 40 hours at home and have the same amount of money.
And don't forget to like pour into, like, you know, like they said, better yourself, pour into your 401k. Remember when I had a job, people understand, like I was talking to one of my friends and they were just like, well, that's all you got in your 401k? I said, well, you understand, when you're making, it's a difference when you're making $30,000 and somebody is making 50 or 60,000, right? That amount, that's a big difference of what the company's going to put in. Even though you're putting in your money, what the company's going to put in, what you're going to put in. So a person who's making that $50,000 for 5 years and you're making 30 for 5 years, it's going to be a difference in that account.
Right.
So what I had to learn was, like, my uncle kept telling me, every year go up, every year go up, every year go up. I'm like, what? And so I started at a certain percentage, And one time I was up at 10, 11%. I was like, man, so I shifted back down, right? Because I was like, well, I don't need this money coming out. Because I had to learn. My cousin said too, you can't save money if you owe money. So if you owe a lot of money out there and I'm giving them my check and then I got to go into another account that I'm trying to save and dip out of that account, I'm still not saving money.
Right.
So why not concentrate on paying off your debt to better yourself and then getting to that point, well, okay, now I can truly save this money. I don't have to dip into that account.
Right.
Right. So it's about learning about finances, about shifting your mindset to better yourself. Because if you to that point where you so far in debt and you say, well, put $20 off every paycheck, but every time you see you got to go into that account and take $10 out. Why not just put $10 in that account? Because you know you're not going to go in there. You know you don't have to see that money, right? So it was just taking like a mindset shift to better ourselves. And I think marriage has taught us that. I think the pandemic, most of all, has shifted our mindset a whole lot. Like,
Right.
For us to be able to pay off a lot of things, and for us to be able to make moves that we're making now, keep your business to yourself. But to make moves the way we're making moves now, I think it's a blessing, but just a mindset shift. Because at the end of the day, I mean, for us sitting down and having a conversation, not only with ourselves, but me talking to my accountability partner, we just shifted. In order for me, when I bettered me, I bettered us. And he did the same. So, what are the comments you got?
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
Again, that was just 12 because, we've been married for 12 years now. But, there's more out there. Just make sure.
Look at my drink. Yeah, my drink look pretty, don't it?
Yeah, I just got a pretty glass, mine.
Yes, yeah. Well, I'm just going to say this. It has been a pleasure the whole 12 years. It has been rewarding. It has been challenging. I have cried. I have laughed. I thank God for you being in my life, because without you, sometimes I think I'd be confused. And I think the same here. So I just want you to know that I truly do love you. And like you said, another 112 years to go, right? I just pray that God continue to set us on a path that we can either teach others and others can see that where we came from, we're not where we've been. And we can teach our kids that, to love God first and everything else shall come to pass. And I think we're doing a pretty decent job. We're not perfect, but I tell myself every day on the prayer line that I strive for perfection, right? And I know that only one person is perfect, so cheers off to us. Yes. Yes, yes. You can go ahead and end the comments.
You're supposed to drink.
I'm supposed to drink? Oh, I ain't had to drink nothing. So I had to drink it.
As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what we can do better. Let us know what you would like to see. I know we say this every week and y'all don't never listen because you're hard-headed, but let us know. If there's a topic you like us to discuss, let us know. We just might do it. Email us at thesmallstalk@gmail.com. I'll make sure. I think the link is already in the description of the show, if I'm not mistaken.
And don't forget to go to Instagram, you all, and just follow us. Like he said, just let us know. Even if you put a comment on the video after we've recorded the video and say you could have done this better. I have a friend, every video, she's on it. You could have done this, Tiffany. And it's okay, because I don't mind criticism or somebody just telling me what I could have done better. And this is a learning and a stepping stone for us. So, we're just two people that love each other, don't want to give one another, and that want to show people that, marriage, life, fitness, and fun. Hey, that's all we're trying to do, And so I just hope that you all will go out to Instagram and follow us. And like I said, let us know. And like Brandon just gave you the email address. Go to YouTube, subscribe. Just let us know. It's not too hard. It's free. Everything is free.
Yeah, everything.
It's not a charge.
It don't cost you a dime.
The same way that y'all go out there and follow those rappers and everybody else, or y'all follow these funny videos and these or these videos that have this ratchet stuff on there, follow something positive,
And who knows? If we get enough followers, think about it. We can do the funny videos.
So you're going to be on TikTok? You want to embrace change?
No, I'm not doing no TikTok dances. I'll do reels. Oh. I'll be on reels and I'll put my funny stuff out there. I saved a few audios that I might want to try.
Want to try?
Yeah, I might give them a try.
He's embracing change.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm still somebody's uncle, but.
Somebody's daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we love you all. And until next time.
Peace.
We're the Smalls.